Liberal judges in the past few years have taken unprecedented liberties. Instead of making a decision based upon the rule of law, the U.S. Constitution, and the Declaration of Independence, which is their sworn duty to uphold, they choose to make up their own rules and regulations based upon their liberal agenda. In the Rust Belt, liberal judges from a northeastern state Supreme Court made a horrendous decision that directly attacks conservatives living there. So Republicans there have had enough. They have now found grounds for impeachment that should leave these judges stopped dead in their tracks. Philly.com passes along an example of how the party is doing just that. Pennsylvania Republicans, furious that the state's Supreme Court threw out the existing congressional map and imposed one that stripped much of their partisan advantage, have been talking about a stark response, impeaching the justices who ruled against them. After a rank-and-file lawmaker, State Representative Cris Dush of Jefferson County, raised the idea a few weeks ago, the rhetoric has intensified. This week, U.S. Representative Costello of Chester County said the justices should be impeached and U.S. Senator Pat Toomey said the idea is worth discussing. In short, the state's Democratic Party was feeling colicky about the prospect of having their clocks cleaned in future elections. To prevent that from happening, they changed the rules to ensure there would be nothing resembling a fair fight. State Republicans aren't going to take this one laying down, and they're hinting at taking down these judges. Talk about an epic response. As of Thursday, no impeachment bill had been introduced. But in the memo he circulated to fellow lawmakers, Dush contended the High Court's ruling redrawing the congressional map blatantly and clearly contradicts the plain language of the Pennsylvania Constitution. We'll have to wait and see how this ultimately plays out, but it's at least encouraging to see the GOP fighting back on this egregious overstep by Democrats. Perhaps members of the GOP in the nation's capital can use this for some further inspiration to do the same. After all, they finally have a president in place that is more than happy to call out blatant and ridiculous nonsense whenever he sees it. HTPhilly.com like loading.